Hey girls, Josh here. Alright, so today I'm going to be talking to you about how to troubleshoot food intolerances. This is a biggie, okay? So we need to first of all show the difference between an intolerance or sensitivity and an allergy. Okay, so an allergy is basically an immune system reaction, and you will know if you're allergic to a food. Okay, this is where you get the rashes, the hives. Your throat swells up, you get an immediate histamine reaction in the body. Now, sensitivity or an intolerance can be much more subtle, okay? So that can be anything from a stuffy nose to scratchy throat, to a little bit of an itchy skin, even just a headache, okay? Watery eyes. I'll go through some more symptoms for you, but it can be very subtle, and sometimes you could eat a food, okay, that you could be sensitive to, and it won't really give you any symptoms whatsoever until the next few following days if you keep eating that food. So you could eat it once or twice, but if you have it in your diet all the time, your body will start to produce some symptoms. Now, why is this important? Well, basically, if you have a food intolerance, it gives you a ton of different complications. When you're trying to lose fat, okay, you're trying to reduce inflammation in the body to ease the process of fat loss and increase detoxification, right? Well, food intolerance basically just shoves a wedge right in that, okay? So we want to get rid of those, and I'm going to go through some strategies with you right now, okay? So first of all, what you need to look out for is the dietary sources. I'm going to go through a list with you right now that are very common to be intolerant to, okay? So gluten, grains, okay, those are always coming up for me and different clients like that. Okay, dairy, sugary sweeteners, sugar and sweeteners. Soy is a big one. Pork, beef, chicken, okay, yes, these are very common for people to be intolerant to. Beans, lentils, nightshade vegetables, okay, eggs, huge. Almost everybody is sensitive to eggs, all right? It's actually even worth taking out of your diet for about 2 weeks to see how you respond to it, and then try to put them back in. I'll show you how to do that, okay? Yeast, trans fats, alcohol. Some people are allergic to alcohol. It sucks, but it's true. You can get away with a little bit, but not too much. Most added sauces, okay, because most of them contain gluten and different additives and preservatives that really screw with your system, okay? Preservatives, again, by themselves, whether that's in vegetables or in different packaged foods, and anything that you currently eat every single day, okay? So if you've been eating it for a long time, it's likely that you are intolerant to it. Because what happens is your body is exposed to something over and over again, and all of a sudden it starts to build up a defense to it, and it starts to basically see it as a threat to your body, okay? Now this is made far worse if your gut health is already compromised, okay? So if you have leaky gut or digestive issues, it is far easier for you to develop a food intolerance or sensitivity or even an allergy, okay? So what we need to focus on is the 5 R's, okay? So the first R is remove. So all those different foods that I just showed you, okay, you need to remove those from your diet. Right? Now, what do we replace those with? Well, you need to use basic foods, okay? So this is stuff like fish, turkey, lamb, wild game, kangaroo, if you can get it, okay? I just came from Australia, and kangaroo is a fantastic source of protein, okay? Rice and almond and coconut milk, those are good substitutes for dairy, okay? Stevia as a sweetener is perfect. Almost all vegetables are safe, okay, except for nightshades, like I said. Rice, buckwheat, yams and sweet potatoes, those are perfect, okay? Usually everybody's okay with those. Skins might bother some people. And again, getting 3 to 4 liters of water every single day, that will really help the process. So you're basically just adapting a basic diet, and you want to populate it with uncommon foods that you're not really used to, okay? Ones that you don't already eat every day. All right, so you need to assess how you feel after you've done that. Fatigue will decrease, your sleep will improve, you'll get reduced bloating, less stress, all of those different things you should start to notice within the first week even, especially 2 weeks and 3 weeks, okay? So second R, we need to repair, okay? So you need to remain on that diet for about 3 weeks. So we have to remove everything to allow your body to repair itself. So you need to support yourself with vital nutrients that your body will use to repair your digestive system. So this is stuff like L-glutamine, all right? You can get 10 to 15 grams 3 times a day. That is perfect for rebuilding your gut lining, okay? Omega-3s, those are already in your program, all right? We want to use those, 5 to 10 grams per day. Zinc, 30 milligrams per day, 15 to 30, okay? Check with us first because zinc supplementation can be dangerous if you don't need it. Okay, magnesium, 1 gram elemental per day. Okay, is about, it's a lot, so that'll improve your sleep and help with this process extremely. Okay, if you take anything away from this, take magnesium. All right, cinnamon, liberal use on everything. You can even supplement with it. It really helps. And an array of vegetables that are rich in antioxidants, okay? You can even take a greens powder that will help the repair process. So basically we need to, what this does is it upregulates your natural detoxification process through your body, not by some pill, right? All we're doing is upregulating your natural liver detox, so your phase 2 detox and phase 3 with added fiber and stuff, which we'll get into, and that will allow your body to do what it needs to do. Okay, more extreme measures exist, right? Like a colon cleanse and stuff like that, but we don't need to do that. All right, okay, so restore. This is the next step, okay? So we need to restore the gut's optimal bacteria levels. Now, how do we do that? Well, we introduce probiotics, glutamine, and lemon water throughout the day, okay? This will help restore the gut balance of bacteria. Now, if you're using a probiotic supplement, it must be refrigerated, okay? There's probiotics out there everywhere that are already dead on the shelf, and you're just putting basically nothing into your body, okay? So talk to us and we'll recommend a solid probiotic supplement for you. We have them here at OBF. You can get them other places as well, okay? Now, prebiotics. You need to also include those in your diet, okay? So fermented foods, stuff like sauerkraut, kefir, kimchi, those are all great, okay? And to be honest, it will drastically improve your digestive health. Okay, and it's very, very worth it, and it tastes awesome. Okay, I'm hooked on this stuff right now. Even if I didn't, you know, even if they had no health benefits whatsoever, I still eat them every day. All right, so bad bacteria always exists. We're not going to ever eradicate all of it. Okay, but we need to have a balance of at least 85% good bacteria, and this is what we'll do there. Okay, so the next step is called replace. All right, we're on the 4th R. You need to bring your bile salts, digestive enzymes, and HCl levels to optimal levels within your body so that you can improve your digestion and assimilation of food that you put in back into your body. Okay, so what do we need to do? Basically just take digestive enzymes with every single meal, okay, and use organic pink Himalayan salt in each meal that you have that contains protein. Okay, this is extremely important. We need to get your bile salts upregulated. Basically, we want your body to be able to absorb the food that you're eating, okay? And the last R is called reintroduce. So we need to, after those 3 to 4 weeks, slowly begin to bring back foods into the diet, one at a time, okay, only one at a time, to assess. So you introduce one food for 1 day, and you spend the next 2 days assessing your symptoms, okay? So you need to repeat that process, and this whole thing can take between 5 and 6 weeks really to test out different foods in your diet, because you introduce it for 1 day, you assess for 2 days, okay? If you have any symptoms whatsoever, then you need to look at that food, okay? It's probably not good to have in your diet right now, okay? So what I want you guys to understand is that food is information, okay? The gut is home to about 70%, almost 80% actually, of your body's entire immune system. Okay, it's not anywhere else. It all goes in there. And a lot can go wrong, right? So there's enzyme deficiency, there's microbial imbalance, there's motility issues, all right? Detox abnormalities, which gets really messy sometimes, okay? You see people with weird shit. Intestinal permeability, so leaky gut, inflammation, right? So these are huge. So what do you look for when we're talking about a food intolerance? Well, sleep, mood, energy, digestion, bowel habits. You need to keep a journal, all right, while you're doing this process to track your physical, mental, emotional symptoms, and chances are you'll be feeling better just after the first week of eliminating certain foods and introducing ones that you're not as used to, okay? So, negative symptoms, I'll go through a very brief list with you, but these can all be caused by a simple food, okay, by a chicken breast or a piece of broccoli, okay? It doesn't have to be junk food at all. It can be anything in your diet, all right? So first one, insomnia, all right? That's a big one for most people. Chronic fatigue that you can't really explain, joint pain, skin breakouts, headaches, bowel changes or GI pain, okay? Bloating, brain fog, sinuses and respiratory issues, all of these things, okay? All of them from varying degrees, so mild to extremely intense, can all be caused by a single food in your diet, or several, which you'll find out, okay? Now, here's a bonus, okay? One added tool that you guys can use is called the pulse test. First thing in the morning, after resting for about 5 minutes, okay, you need to take your resting heart rate for 1 minute. Then you consume the food that you've decided to reintroduce for that day, okay? So this is during the reintroduction process. Then retake your heart rate, okay, at 20 minutes, 40 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, and 120 minutes, okay, after the challenge, so after you've eaten that food. All right, now, change in pulse up or down greater than 10 beats per minute can actually indicate a sensitivity to that food, okay? Now, this isn't an exact science, but if it associates with certain symptoms at the same time, it can really give you validation that that food is pretty much not for you, okay? So repeat the test later in the day to make sure that it's consistent and it's not just your anxiety levels going up during the day, okay? So basically, tips for success, all right, you need to plan. Plan how to do this and pay attention. If you are worried about food sensitivities and you want to try an elimination diet like this, you can't just wake up one day and decide, okay, well, I'm going to try an elimination diet today. No. It takes about a week of prep because you need to get recipes and stuff like that. So, spend the week prior starting to look up recipes and prepping foods that you're actually going to include in your diet, okay? Have the foods on hand, know how to cook them and how to make them taste good because you really need to be able to stick to it for about 4 weeks, okay? And clean out your kitchen, all right, of anything tempting. Get rid of anything that's not on your plan. Willpower should not be tested throughout this whatsoever, okay? It's just not there. And finally, keep a journal of your symptoms and don't really rely on memory, all right? So basically, that is the basics of elimination diets, okay? And the basics of food sensitivities, all right? So we've gone through the signs, we've gone through the basic foods and stuff like that. If anybody has questions whatsoever, okay, just let me know in the comments and we can start a big discussion about this. If you suspect some foods in your diet are already giving you troubles, ask me about it. I can tell you, yeah, probably or not so much, okay? And a lot of times these issues can be caused by other things as well, hormonally and all that stuff. But again, hormonal issues, inflammation, even problems with your cycle can all be influenced by food and your gut health. Okay, so I hope this makes sense. I can put up some notes for you guys on this as well. And I hope you all have a good day, and I will see you in the next video.